AEW Rampage last week. So start with Darbiana versus Matt Hardy in a one-on-one match. Really good match. In the end, Darby Allin won, but then the House of Black came out and basically called out Darby. Brody King called out Darby wants a one-on-one match, so they're not finished with what's happening. Then we had Claudio come out saying he wants the BCC and say he's part of the BCC. So the BCC are still running strong. We get better, and after Dynamite, which I'm going to review in a minute, they'll have more championships within their faction. But then Chris Jericho comes out and challenges Claudio to a Ring of Honor World Championship match on Dynamite, which I'm going to review in a minute. Then we had Penelope versus Willow, really good match. Willow has the biggest smile within AEW, but Penelope won. I'm afraid the smile won't get it done, but great wrestlers. Then we had Ethan Page versus Dan Hausen. Obviously, Dan Hausen weighs 300 pounds, is 6'10", but he got squashed by Ethan Page. Then we had Starks in the back saying basically he's calling out Hobbs. Him and Hobbs are not over by a long shot. He wants Hobbs' blood, and he's going after it basically. Then in the main event of Rampage, we have Josh Woods versus Samoa Joe for the television championship in a really good, solid match of both big boys. But in the end, Samoa Joe won with the Muscle Buster. So really good match there. So that's the review of Rampage. Then I'm going to review the week commencing of September 19th of Dynamite, AEW Dynamite. That's AEW Dynamite. Like, subscribe, and leave a comment if you could be so kind also. Start with Chris Jericho coming out, going against Claudio. But just remember, this is the AEW Dynamite Grand Slam show. So there's a lot of titles on the line on this show. It's really massive show. It's great. You should definitely watch it if you haven't seen it. So it's Chris Jericho versus Claudio. Really solid match. Go and watch it if you haven't seen it. But in the end, it was won due to Chris Jericho hitting Claudio with a low blow. And then he got the hit with the Judas effect and got the win. And Chris Jericho is now the new ROH World Champion. And he's now seen, recognised by AEW as an 8-time World Champion. So congratulations to Chris Jericho. Then the next match, we had a brilliant match. Swerve and Our Glory versus The Acclaimed. Obviously, I don't need to say these guys are both awesome tag teams. And that's what you're seeing, nothing but high spots, nothing but top level tag team wrestling. But in the end, there was multiple interferences by Billy Gunn on Swerve in Our Glory, I would definitely say. But that then led to The Acclaim winning, and they're now the new AEW tag team champions. So congratulations to Acclaimed. But there was a lot of interference from Billy Gunn. Yeah. Then we had an interview with Yuta. Yuta was like starting the interview, then got cut off because MJF pulled up and then basically started cutting a promo on Yuta. Just tearing him down and tearing down the BCC, and says he doesn't care who wins, he's coming for that title. Then it turned into a brawl. Obviously it turned into a brawl, but Morrissey came out for the save for MJF. Then we had Jade Cargill in the back saying she's that you-know-what. And then guess who comes up? Trina pulls up and says he wants that they're going to be, I don't know, involved in some kind of skirmish or match on Rampage next week. Then we had Orange Cassidy versus Pac for the All Atlantic Championship. Really good match. Go and watch it, I haven't seen it. But in the end, Pac wins by using a weapon. Obviously, he used a weapon. And Pac is also the only person in AEW history to be a simultaneous champion. So he's a trios champion and an All Atlantic champion. So congratulations to Pac. Then we had Brit Baker versus Athena versus Toni Storm versus Serena Deeb in a really good four-way match with ladies. Go and watch it, I haven't seen it. Great match. But in the end, Toni Storm did win and defended her interim world championship because obviously Thunder Rosa was injured. And then in the main event of the evening, we had John Moxley, Wild Thing, versus Bryan Danielson. People call him the best wrestler in the world. Potentially could be, for the AEW World Championship, because obviously it's been vacated due to the brawl after All Out with CM Punk and the Elite, the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. So they've all been stripped of their titles, and this is an awesome match, back and forth match. A lot of technical wrestling going on with it. A lot of submission wrestling as well going on with this match. I did speak to my friend about this, and I said to him going into this match, I thought Bryan Danielson would win because Jon Moxley had just had the title just a couple of weeks ago, and what do you know? Jon Moxley has actually won. So this way, I got this wrong myself. So Jon Moxley is now, I believe, a 3-time AEW World Champion. So yeah, Jon Moxley's got the title again. I'm not sure why they didn't put it on Bryan Danielson. I have no idea. I don't know if he's injured or I don't know what's going on with his contract. Is he leaving? I have no idea. But I'm surprised he didn't win it. But Jon Moxley is your new AEW World Champion. And Jon Moxley is awesome. So yeah, like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Thank you very much.